Welcome to your second stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and stimulus news report. This is your weekend edition. Hopefully you have an incredible weekend. Today, I have some new stimulus details that I want to go over that many people asked about the other day. Also, in addition to the second stimulus check and the stimulus package update, I want to address the $200 discount cards that President Trump will be sending out sometime in October. First, the United States is reporting that they have already given 15% of their GDP towards stimulus. To put that into perspective, some are left asking, do we really need more stimulus? Well, let me put it this way. Currently, we have Europe is close to 30% of their GDP. Got Japan, who is at 40% of their GDP. So, if all situations remain equal, the United States needs to double their current stimulus. So, at last I checked, they were roughly at $3 trillion, which means another stimulus package in the neighborhood, ballpark of $3 trillion will need to be spent at some point. It doesn't need to be spent right now, but there needs to be something to continue this upward trend that the economy was going in. Not is, was. Now, President Trump is reportedly selecting Amy Coney Barrett to fill Ruth Bader Ginsburg justice seat on the Supreme Court. Well, that is not going over so well with Democrats. Democrats are trying to pass a bill currently that limits the justice seat to a max of 18 years. So, that means that no longer, because a justice could sit on the Supreme Court forever, for life. They were appointed for life. Now, Democrats are trying to limit that to only 18 years. This bill would also include how many Supreme Court justices a sitting president could choose. And this would limit them to 2 justices per term. So each president could get 2 terms, 4 years per term, which means they could total 4 justices. However, President Trump, currently, if this were to pass, President Trump would not be able to select the next Supreme Court justice because he's already selected 2. So we'll see what happens. Democrats also want the nominee, if it is, which it is being reported that Amy Coney Barrett will be President Trump's nominee, and it should happen sometime today, where he comes out and states this. However, they are saying that the nominee should sit out any legal challenges to the election results coming up. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if the nominee actually does this or what she says. But this is just another thing Democrats are throwing in the middle of it. Currently, Steve Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi are continuing to argue both of their sides of the stimulus negotiations with one another. Steve Mnuchin, he wants stimulus. The problem with Steve Mnuchin doing the negotiations is Republicans want something under $2 trillion. Steve Mnuchin, he is just agreeing with Republicans because he is their negotiator. Whether he feels this way or not, that doesn't matter. He is negotiating for the Republican side, so that is what he has to do. He has to negotiate something under $2 trillion, whether he feels this would be most beneficial to the U.S. economy or not. Nancy Pelosi, on the other hand, she wants to help the American people, but she is tying state and local government funding to those in need, and this is causing serious delays and serious hardship across the country. Many people, Democrats included, are urging Nancy Pelosi to stop playing these political games and give the American people what they truly need. They understand it will help President Trump in his re-election campaign. However, the American people cannot wait any longer. We are over a month away currently. We are, I think, 38 days away, 39 days away from the upcoming election. The problem with waiting an additional 38, 39 days is that people cannot wait. They are going homeless as we speak. They cannot afford food as we speak. They cannot put clothing on their backs. They are struggling currently. An important date to note is actually October 1st, not just October 2nd. Let me explain why. October 1st is the date that, based on the CARES Act and the Paycheck Protection Program, airlines can start laying off their employees on October 1st. Well, many airlines, other than Delta said they will wait. However, every other airline is saying they will lay off tens of thousands of employees as of October 1st. Now, this means this will be horrible. This will be devastating, not only for the airline industry and the American people, but the economy as well. Now, on October 2nd, this is the deadline everyone's been saying. We have until October 2nd. Well, the truth is, October 2nd is the day, at the end of the day, the House is supposed to go on recess. Whether the House does, whether Nancy Pelosi allows this or not, is really up to her and them. However, it is being reported that the House will go on recess because Nancy Pelosi herself will stay back in Washington and negotiate with Steve Mnuchin and the White House. So, those are the two important dates. Now, this is why the October 1st deadline is so important. Okay, I already mentioned layoffs will be happening with tens of thousands of employees being let go. This is going to cause the economy to grow slowly. Now, this also means more people will be on unemployment. Nancy Pelosi does not want to see more people on unemployment, as currently there is no additional unemployment. Most states have paid out everything that they can. Some states, including Florida and Idaho, will not do a full 6 weeks. Wisconsin hasn't paid out any of the lost wages assistance. So there's a lot of people struggling right now. Nancy Pelosi does not want this. And President Trump does not want the unemployment numbers to go up, because we are just days away. At the end of next week, we should see the jobs report for September. So that'll be big. I'm curious to see what that says. The other thing is, airlines will take a huge hit. When they have less employees, that means there's less possible travel options. That means if you decide one day you just want to take a red eye somewhere, you probably can't do that. There will be less flights. There'll be less employees there to deal with the travelers, because as of right now, there's very few travelers. So, again, it's very important to understand the August 1st deadline, because that's coming up. It's very close. Now, how does all of this affect the stimulus package negotiations? That's what so many people are asking. Why do we care about airlines? Why do we care about state and local government funding? Why do you care about this and that? Well, the reason why is because everything is pretty much balled into one messed up little ball, and Nancy Pelosi wants it that way. First, the October 1st deadline is a real deadline. This is not some self-imposed deadline that Congress made up. If Nancy Pelosi is serious about helping out airlines and helping out the American people, then she will agree to pass a stimulus package as quickly as possible. That also means, based on current reports, based on what Nancy Pelosi has been saying, that Democrats are working on a new stimulus package, which is probably going to be a pared down stimulus package of the HEROES Act. And with this new package, she can hopefully take it to Steve Mnuchin and they can negotiate from there. Now, so we'll see if that even happens. The other reason why this is so important, okay, and why this affects the entire stimulus package and stimulus negotiations coming up, is because a vaccine and increased travel is the only long-term solution for the airline industry. It's very simple. A vaccine obviously is needed. But the other thing that's needed on top of that is travelers need money. They need money to travel. Unless the airline industry is just going to give away free flights to every single American, which I highly doubt, then the American people need money to travel. Well, if they don't have money because they have to pay off 6 months of back rent that they haven't paid, well, they have to do that. they're not going to be able to travel for maybe another year or 2 years. The airline industry is hurting today. They cannot wait 2 or 3 years before travelers decide, okay, let's take a flight. So that is another thing, and that is one of the reasons why additional stimulus is very important at this point. Also, Nancy Pelosi, and this is huge, this is a big one. Nancy Pelosi does not want House Democrats back in Washington any longer than they have to. She wants them back in their home states, talking with voters and explaining to voters why they should vote Democrat. Not only vote for them to stay in the House, but to vote for Joe Biden over President Trump. Nancy Pelosi, she wants Democrats to win all around, and the only way they can do that, on top of getting out there and talking with their constituents, is obviously trying to get them to vote Democrat. So we'll see what happens. Wow. What we know regarding the $200 discount cards. This is I did a video yesterday addressing this, and the video, a lot of people asked, both on YouTube, down in the comment section, and as well as sending me messages over on Facebook. Many people asked, what is going on? How do I get that card? Or when's it coming? How can I spend it? Is it like cash? Is it a gift card? Is it a debit card? What is it, right? Well, I want to answer those questions based on what we know right now. Currently, President Trump has had other things he's been dealing with. He's been holding his rallies. He's been trying to do some different executive orders. And also on top of that, he's been trying to decide who to pick for the Supreme Court justice seat. Based on reports, he already did that. So he's moved on to the next thing. Hopefully, we will hear more information about this $200 discount card for seniors this coming week. But here's what we know right now. First off, this is going to require $6.6 billion to fully fund. They are saying that this money will come from the Medicare Trust Fund. We don't know that for sure, but that's where they're saying it's coming from. Democrats are against this, as they are saying this is just a political stunt. Here's my take on it. Whether it's a political stunt or not, I do not care. Give the people the money that they need to survive. Senior citizens, in most cases, live on a very small fixed income. I know this because I have grandparents that live on a very small fixed income. Because of that, they can hardly survive if it isn't for the help of their family members. And if it's an individual who has very little family members, they're alone. How are they going to survive? So that's just my take. Give seniors the money that they need to survive. If costs of prescription drugs are going up, let's fix that. And that's essentially what President Trump is trying to do. These $200 discounted cards, these discount cards, can be used to cover drug prescription copays. It is because of this that Democrats do not like this. This is also one of the reasons why some Democrats are asking, will President Trump's name be on these cards? If it is, this is not a good thing. This is just a stunt. We do not stand behind it. Now, not all recipients of this card will get them by November 3rd. That is the election day. Okay? So some, they are expected to be sent out or mailed out sometime around October 16th. And many people should receive these before the election day, which is November 3rd. However, some people probably will not get these for another week or possibly 2 weeks. So we will see. However, this, in my opinion, is a good thing because seniors do need some additional support. Many Democrats are rejecting this idea, saying, this is a quote, "It doesn't provide lasting help." Yet, Democrats and even Republicans are not doing what they need to do, not finding a solution to provide something that would create lasting support. So, as of right now, this is all we got. Now, let's address some retroactive hazard pay for over 56,000 workers. Many people do not realize this, but there is an ongoing debate, ongoing issue between grocery store workers and the people who employ them. Well, the other day, Stop and Shop, who employs over 56,000 workers, they said they will give all associates both full-time and part-time associates a 10% increase in pay. They were doing this originally in March, they did in April, they did it in May, and they ended this in June. Okay, so actually they ended this in July. They ended this whole thing on July 4th. So the time frame for this, they are going to offer an additional 10% wage increase for all associates from July 5th to August 22nd. That's a total of 7 weeks. Now, I did some research, did some digging, even asked a few friends, one who does work at Stop & Shop, what is the average wage of somebody that works at Stop & Shop? He said the average wage, based on what he knows, is right about $14.50. So $14.50 per hour. If we take this figure, $14.50, that means that every employee would receive an additional $1.45 per hour. Well, at 40 hours per week, over 7 weeks, that means the average employee would receive a hazard pay check of $406 for that time frame. So, I know it's not thousands, I know it's not 10,000 like the HEROES Act, however, it's something, it will help, which they are probably grateful for. Now, the hazard pay from Stop & Shop, it might not affect you, and I understand that, but it could in the near future. I have been saying this for months. Just because someplace in Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania is offering hazard pay does not mean people in Oregon, Idaho, Florida, or Maine will not receive any hazard pay. It may not come from Pennsylvania or from the state. However, the cities, the counties, your employer might start to pick up some of these stories and decide, okay, let's provide hazard pay to our city workers. Let's provide hazard pay to our frontline workers. Or let's provide hazard pay to all of our employees at this local establishment. That has been seen multiple times the past few weeks. So don't give up. There is hazard pay coming for a lot of people. Hopefully you will be included as one of those. Now, as more and more stores offer these bonuses, others will continue to join. So there you have it. That is your second stimulus check update for today. Today's Saturday, September 26th. We are coming to the end of the month, and again, we do not have a stimulus package. I've been telling you guys, a stimulus package is coming. It is coming. I could almost guarantee it. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I could almost guarantee it. It's coming at some point. I'm frustrated. I'm really frustrated because I know a lot of people that are pretty much waiting on this stimulus check, on additional unemployment, on rental assistance. Things aren't getting better. Things are not getting better. The only thing that is looking I'm optimistic about is that now Nancy Pelosi is creating or crafting a new stimulus package, which means that hopefully we will see it this upcoming week. Now, I promise you, I'm going to continue to do more stimulus updates to keep you guys updated on everything that's going on. Just this past week, I feel burnt out because I've been doing between 2 and 3 stimulus videos each day. A couple days I did 4 total videos. I did a couple on how to make money online and just passive income, your finances. So I'm burnt out as well. Okay, but I promise you guys, I am going to provide you more stimulus updates. I'm going to provide you more information on how you can make money online. That was one thing I have been a little bit lacking lately because so many people are wanting updates. Not as many people want to start a new business during a pandemic. I get it. I understand that. But if your back's against the wall and you need some money, I can help you out. That's what I'm here for. So thank you guys for watching today's stimulus check update. If you can do me one favor, go ahead, smash that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe so I can keep you updated on all things stimulus and how to make money online. And I'll see you guys on the next one.